Good evening, students. I hope you're able to hear me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So get started. Yeah. So we'll start the problems from NCERT in exercise 13.1. Okay. Let's see the first problem. So what are all the formulae that we have seen in this chapter in the previous class? Probability of E given F is equal to probability of E intersection F divided by probability of F. Similarly, probability of F given E is how much? Probability of E intersection F divided by probability of E. I hope you remember these formulae, right? So these are the two formulae for this exercise as well as the next exercise also. Okay. So let's see. So the first problem is, given that events E and F are such that probability of E is 0.6, probability of F is 0.3, and probability of E intersection F is 0.2. Okay. Find probability of E given F. So probability of E given F is probability of E intersection F divided by probability of F. What is the answer, guys? 0. Sorry?
2b.
Is it not 1 by 3? Oh, probability of F is 0.3. Yeah? Sorry. Yeah, you're right. So it is 2 by 3. So what is probability of F given E? So probability of E intersection F divided by probability of E. This will be 1 by 3. Right? It's a very simple problem. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. So compute the probability of A given B if probability of B is 0.5 and probability of A intersection B is 0.32. Answer. Probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B, that is 0.2 divided by 0.5. Answer will be 2 by 5. That is 0.4. Right.
So 0.32 by point.
There's 0.32,
Okay,
sir.
okay. 0.32 by 5 means how much?
16
3.2 by 5.
So 0.64 is the answer, right? Is that right? Let's move on to the third one. So third one, probability of A is 0.8, probability of B is 0.5, probability of B given A is 0.5. 4. Find probability of A intersection B. So probability of B given A is probability of A intersection B divided by probability of A. So probability of B given A is 0.4 is equal to, we need to find probability of A intersection B divided by probability of 8 is 0.8. So what is the probability of A intersection B, guys? It is 0.32. Similarly, what is the probability of A given B? It is probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B. What is probability of A intersection B? That is 0.32 divided by probability of B is 0.5. It will be 0.64. So what is the probability of A union B, guys? So we know that probability of A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. It is the addition theorem of probability. So what is probability of A? It is 0.8 plus probability of B is 0.5 minus probability of A intersection B, that is 0.32. So it will be 1.3 minus 0.32. How much is the answer, guys? 0.98. Okay. So 0.98 will be the answer. It's approximately 1. Right? So all are directly based on formula. Shall I move on? Fourth one. So probability of A union B. So if I evaluate the value of probability of A union B, if 2 times P of A is equal to P of B is equal to 5 by 13. So from this, can I conclude probability of A is 5 by 26 and probability of B is 5 by 13 and probability of A given B is 2 by 5. So what is the probability of A given B? It is probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B. Correct? So what is probability of A intersection B? That also we don't know. So we'll find it out. Divided by, so wait, let me substitute all the values. So probability of A given B is 2 by 5 is equal to probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B is 5 divided by 13, which implies probability of A intersection B is how much, guys? 2 by 13. Now, why did we find this? Because they asked us to calculate probability of A union B. It is probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. At this point, we need this information. So what is the probability of A? 5 by 26. Probability of B is 5 by 13 minus probability of A intersection B is 2 by 13. Right? So it is 15 by 26 minus 4 by 26. Sorry, 11 by 26. Right? I hope everyone is clear. So fifth one, you can try it as homework. Let's do the sixth one onwards. So a coin is cost 3 times. Number of outputs. So what are the number of outputs, guys?
8.
8. Since it is 2 power 3. Where E is an event where head is falling on third toss and F is an event where head is falling on the first 2 tosses. Okay. What are they asking?
E
Oh, that's
pairs.
what. Oh, each is a different case. Huh? Oh, they've asked probability of E by F. Yeah. So E is the event where head is falling on third toss. F is an event where head is falling on first 2 tosses. First, let's write down all the sample space. Let's write down all the outputs in the sample space. So when 3 coins are tossed, you have 8 outputs, right? Out of 8, 4 heads and 4 tails will come out. Then what you do is write 2 heads, 2 tails, 2 heads, 2 tails. Then write head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail. Did you guys understand how I wrote? So if the number of outputs is 8, start with 4 heads and 4 tails. The next line, the next column, you will write 2 heads, 2 tails, 2 heads, 2 tails. The next column, you will write 1 head, 1 tail, 1 head, 1 tail. Clear? From this, we can pick up the task. So what is the set E? Head on third toss. So how many events are there with head on third toss?
4 events.
So what are they? Head, head, head. There is a triplet. Head, tail, head. Then what are they, guys? Tail, head, head. Then tail, tail. Now what about F? Heads on the first 2 tosses. Heads on the first 2 tosses. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it, right? Head, head, and head, head, tail. So what is the probability of E given F? So look at the intersection of these two. Is there an intersection?
Yes, sir.
Where is it?
H comma H comma.
Triplet H.
So triple H is there. So one out of how much?
2.
So what should
8.
one out of
8.
Illada. Last
2,
class
sir.
I told you, no? It is 2.
Sir.
2 is right. So the formula is probability of E intersection F divided by probability of F. I told you, no? So probability of E intersection F means you should see the number of elements which are common in E and F. What are the number of elements common in E and F? That is one element, H comma H comma H, divided by the number of elements in F are 2. I hope you got it back. Right? Is it clear? So moving on to the next one. So E is at least 2 heads, F is at most 2 heads. So at least 2 heads means what are they?
2 or more heads.
That's right. So how many are there? So for event
So-
E, what will be the number
3.
of elements? At least 2 heads. Ra.
Triple
So
H.
how will you write? So H comma H comma H.
H comma T.
Yes. So I will put like this. Okay. This is E. E. E.
Third one.
Third
and
one.
T,
Then
H, H.
Fifth one.
that is fifth one.
That's it, sir.
That's also.
Right. So event E has 4 elements in it and at most 2 heads. At most means maximum 2 heads. F. That's it.
Yes, sir.
Did I miss anything?
Sir, can we take
So THT
single
also
H,
can
sir?
come, right?
Sorry. Da?
Single H also can come, right? So.
At most. Yeah. At most. Yeah. Single also can come. Because if I take only these things, it will not come. So single also can come. So what is the probability of E given F? It will be probability of E intersection F divided by probability of F. From here itself, you can find it now. What are the intersections? 1 is
3
intersecting
divided by
2.
7.
3 divided by 6.
So it is 3 out of 7.
7.
So that's
The
the
last one will come, sir. At most 2 heads, 3 heads.
No, at most,
Three-
did I make? Yeah. Last one will not come actually. No, at most means it can be 0 heads also. No. See, at most means it can either be 0 head, 1 head, or 2 heads. It should not be more than 2. That is the meaning of at most. Okay. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, 7. So at most 2 tails. I'll write it here, okay. At most 2 tails means 0 tails, 1 tail, or 2 tails. At most 2 then, yeah, at most 2. So it will be the same 7. So E. Right. What about F? At least 1 tail. Answer should be the same. Oh, there it was at least 2 heads. At least 1 tail means minimum is 1 tail. Maximum is 3 tails. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So at least 1 tail. Here at most 2 tails. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here also I'm getting 7 by 7. Is it 1? No. This is the one I wrote extra. Guys, did you understand what I did? So at most 2 tails means H comma H is possible. H comma H comma H, HHT, HTH, This is eliminated because 2 tails. But that can come no at most 2 tails. This is E. Yeah. Okay. So E has 7 elements and F also has 7 elements. What is the probability of E intersection F, guys? So what is the probability of E intersection F? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? It is 6 out of the number of elements that are present in F are 7. So it is 6 by 7. Guys, did you understand what I did?
Yes,
Is there
sir.
anyone who's... Yeah.
So can
So
you repeat it
probability...
again?
Yeah, sure. See, did you understand this part?
Yes, sir.
But see, I have a doubt. It should... Okay. So, at most 2 tails is possible in 7 cases. That part is clear, right? So 7 elements are possible. At least 1 tail, how many elements are possible? 7. That point is clear.
Yes, sir.
Now tell me, E intersection F, how many elements are there?
7,
No.
6 elements.
It's not. It is 6 because this is left out. So it is 6 out of 8. So if I ask what is the probability of E intersection F, it is 6 out of 8. What is the probability of F alone? F is there in 7 scenarios out of the 8. So what will be the value of probability of E given F? That will be probability of E intersection F divided by probability of F. That will be 6 by 8 by 7 by 8. Now is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay. Shall I move on?
Yes, sir.
Let's see. 2 coins are tossed once where E is a tail appears on one coin. F is one coin shows head. What is it we are supposed to find? Here also find. So how is it in textbook, guys? Is it probability of E given F only? So exercise 6 to 9. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9 problems are the same. So 2 coins are tossed means what is the output? Head, 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 tail, tail, head, tail, tail. Right, 4 outputs will be possible. Now what is event E? So event E has tail appears on one coin. So tail appears on one coin. He didn't say first coin. Head comma tail, tail comma head, tail comma tail. If one coin shows head.
Sir, how T comma T, sir? It is on one coin, no?
It is not first coin. That is what I told. They didn't say tail appears on first coin. They told tail appears in one coin. They didn't say coin number 1. You're able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Tail appears on one coin. Okay. Then I'm sorry, I should not take this, right? Tail appears in one
Can
coin.
come now, sir.
No,
They haven't given only one coin.
They see the question itself here means tail appears on one coin. That's it. So if head appears here, tail should appear here. Tail and head should appear here. It cannot be tail and tail. Okay. Though they didn't mention only on one coin, they didn't mention at least also.
So there's a probability, no, sir.
There is a probability. We have to take it as one only. We have to take it as only case.
Okay, sir.
So here also see one coin shows head means what are we supposed to do?
HT
head, tail, tail, H. Okay. So what is the probability of E given F. That is probability of E intersection F divided by probability of F. What is E intersection F? What is common in both? Actually, both are common. So probability is 1. Right? Because 2 elements are common out of the 2 elements in F. So it is 100%. So this scenario is 100% possible. Okay. Next. No tail appears. So event E should be head comma head. F should be tail comma tail. So what is the probability of E given F?
0.
Yes, because there is no common thing between them. It is 0. It's not possible. Okay. Next. A die is thrown 3 times. 4 appears on the first toss. Die is thrown 3 times. Sample space, guys. Yesterday we discussed a similar kind of problem.
216.
So there will be 216 elements, right? So
Yes, sir.
they want, it's difficult for me to write the sample space. So I will take E alone. For event E, 4 should appear on third toss. So here order is important. So you need to write it as a triplet. 1, 1, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, so on till 1, 6, 4. Next, start with 2. 2, 1, 4, 2, 2, 4, goes on till 2, 6, 4. So it keeps on going like this. What will be the last term? 6, 1, 4.
6, 4.
6, 6, 4. So how many such elements are there? 6 elements in this row, 6 elements in the concept. 36 elements. Right? So number of elements in E is 36. What are they saying for F? For F, 6 and 5 appears respectively on the first 2 tosses. That is possible only in this scenario. Oh, there it's 6 and 5 appears on the first 2 tosses. 6 and 5 appears respectively on first 2 tosses. So this is the only scenario, right?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything else that is, did I leave? So number of elements that are possible for F is only 1. So what are they asking? Probability of E given F. So probability of E given F is probability of E intersection F divided by probability of F. So how much is it? What is the probability of E intersection F? It is the number of elements in E intersection F divided by the number of elements in sample space divided by probability of F is number of elements in F divided by the number of elements in sample space. So what are the number of elements in E intersection F?
1.
Yeah, tell me. Did I miss something?
Event F, we can write 6, 5, 1.
Yeah. Actually, see, I made a mistake. I'm sorry, guys. See, 654 is an intersection of E and F, right? But in the sample space, you will have elements like the 651, 652. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. So, and you have 656 also, correct? Guys, are you able to understand what I'm saying? So this is F actually. So F is 651, 652, 656. So this is the set, right? So E probability of number of elements in F will be 6. Now tell me, guys. Number of elements which are common to E and F are 1 out of 216. Out of 216 divided by 6 out of 216. This and this will get cancelled. Answer will be 1 by 6.
Sir, how 1, sir?
Because there is only one element, no? In F and E, what is common? What is common in F and E? It is 654. There is only common element. Though E has 36 elements. Yeah. So I'll write an extra point. Number of elements in E intersection F is only 1. What is that one element? 6, 5. 4. Right?
So should we show that cancelling of the sample space also, sir?
Actually not needed. See why I wrote in this problem, because I had a doubt of I'm getting 1 here. That is the reason I had to write it. Actually what you can do is you can directly write it.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So though we know it is probability of E intersection F divided by probability of F, this is the inner meaning, right? That is why I wrote it, for you guys to get clarity. You're clear with the problem, right? No confusion.
Clear, sir.
Okay. Next one. Mother, father, son line up at random for a family picture. Okay. So mother, father, son line up at random for a family picture. So E is sun on one end. So if sun has to be on one end, it can be SFM or MFS. Son, mother, father, son, or what else is possible, guys?
FMS.
MS.
Yeah. So son is fixed. Mother and father can come here, SFM, or mother, father can come here and son can come, or father, mother can come and son can come. Right? It's a different ways of arrangement, the permutations that are possible. F. Father in middle. So SFM or MFS. Is there anything I left out? Son, mother, father, mother, son, father. Yeah, that's it, right? So what is the probability of E given F? It is probability of E intersection F, right? Divided by probability of F. What is the probability of E intersection F? What is common in both?
2.
SFM,
2.
SFM, MFS, MFS. So it will be 2 out of
2.
is it 2 out of 2? Is it 1?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's 100%. Yeah. Okay. Now see. A black and a red dice are rolled. Find the conditional probability of obtaining a sum greater than 9, given that black die resulted in a 5. So since we are used to E and F, we will decide the event E as. So what are they asking, guys? I told you some other day someone had a doubt of how to take the value. So here the context is, see, the data is a black and a red dice or rolled. Find the conditional probability. So P of E given F, where E is what? So this is what we need to find. Sum greater than 9. And what is the condition that they have imposed? Black die resulted in a 5. Black die shows 5. Right? So how for event E, what are all the possible cases for the sum to be greater than 9? I cannot start with 1. I cannot start with 2. So minimum number is 3. 3, 6. Then 3, 6 is equal to 9. So I have to start with 4. So 4, 6. Then 6, 4.
5, 5, 5, 6.
6, 5.
Then 6, 5.
6, 6.
6, 6. Right, we didn't miss anything. So 10, 10, 11, 11, 12. Yes. So F is black die shows 5. So it will be 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4. It can be 5, 5 and 5, 6. Did you understand? So I'm fixing the first die to show a black. Okay. So what is the probability of E given F? Probability of E intersection F divided by probability of F. So what is probability of E intersection F? So probability of E intersection, probability of E intersection F. What is the intersection? 4, 6 not there. 6, 4 not there. So it should only start with 5. So 5, 5, 5, 5,
6.
5, 6. That's it, right? So it is 2 out of probability of F is 6. It will be 1 by 3. Okay. See, only thing is, though I know you understood the concept, only thing in exam you write it as 2 divided by the number of elements in sample space. That is 36 divided by 5 divided by 36. Make this as a practice. Oh, not 5, 3, right?
6.
3 or 6?
6 divided by 36.
6 out. So 2 by 6. It is 1 by 3. Okay, just write that sample space number in the denominator and then cancel it out. Just to show the examiner that you know what is the concept behind it. Okay. I'm moving on. Second part is find the conditional probability of obtaining. Again, I'll write it as E given F. In this question, E has a different context. E is what? Obtaining sum greater than sum equal to 8, given that red die is less than 4. Okay. So what will be for E, guys? Sum equal to 8. What are all the possibilities? So starting with 2,
2, 6.
6, 2. Then
3, 3.
3, 5,
3,
5, 3.
3, 5. No?
3. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
3, 5.
5,
4,
3.
4.
4, 4.
4, 4.
5, 3 is over. 6, 2 is over. That's it, right?
Yes, sir.
That's it. So everywhere we got 8. Next. F is what? Red die shows a number less than 4. So it can start with 1. So this is red die, this is the black die. Right? So red die shows 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, so on till 1, 6 is possible. Similarly, 2, 1, 2, 2, so on till
Sir,
2,
it is less than 4, no, sir?
Less than 4. But black die can show a number greater than 4. No?
Okay, sir.
So, but which is rolled first? That is what I want to know. Black and so I should take, okay, this is the order. I'm sorry, I missed the question. A black and a red die are rolled. The dice are rolled. So, what you asked is right. It should be 1, so black here, red here. So red is showing a number less than 4. So 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. Similarly, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. Like this, it keeps on going till
6, 3.
6, 3. So the number of elements in the first row is 3. The number of columns is 6. So totally, how many elements are there?
18.
18.
So what is the probability? Probability of E is not needed. So what is the probability of F, guys? It is 18 out of, how many dice are rolled? 2, right? So 2 means 36. So what is the probability of E intersection F? So what is common in both? 2, 6, 2.
2 by 10.
No. It should not
2,
be only
6,
one number.
5, 3.
2, 6 is common. 6 is not there. No. 6, 2 is there.
6,
Correct,
2 and
5,
5,
3
3.
and 6, 2.
Yeah, order is important here. See, 6, 2 is common. Then 5, 3 will come. 3, 5, or 5, 3 will come. 4, 4 will also not come. Right? So probability of E intersection F is how much?
2 by 36.
2 out of 36. So what is the probability of E given F in this case? So probability of E intersection F divided by probability of F. That will be 2 by 36 by 18 by 36. It will be 1 by 9. Right. Make a note of this. So let's move on. A fair die is rolled. 1 minute, wait. Okay. So event E is 135, F is 2, 3, G is 2, 3, 4, 5. Find the conditional probability of E by E given F. So what is the probability of E given F? Probability
1 by
of
2.
E intersection F by probability of F. So in E and F, what is common? 3, 1 divided by 2. That's right, Ra. So what is the probability of F given E?
1 by 3,
1
sir.
by 3.
1 by 3. Similarly, what is the probability of E given G?
1 by 2.
There 2, no? 3 and 5 are common.
Yes, sir. 2
Oh,
by
2
4.
by 4.
1
2
by
by 4.
4,
Okay,
sir.
okay. 2 by 4. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So probability of G given E. They don't tell me in the reduced form, okay?
4
G
by
given
2.
E.
1, sir. Sorry,
4
2
by
by 3.
2 by
2 by
3,
4.
sir.
2 by 3.
2 by 3.
so G and E, there are 2 elements common divided by 3. That's right, 2 by 3. Okay. 12th one. Assume that each born child is equally likely to be a boy or a girl. Means the equally likely means probability of boy is half, probability of girl is half. That is the meaning of equally likely. Okay. If a family has 2 children, what is the conditional probability that both are girls given that the youngest is girl? So what is the probability that both are girls? So if I write probability of E given F, then E should be what? Both are girls. After that, given that is what is F? F is what? The first case. Youngest is girl. So for E, what will be the set? Both are girls. For F, youngest is girl. Youngest means the second one. So boy, comma girl, then
Girl, comma girl.
that's it. These are the only 2 scenarios. Right. But if you write the sample space, what will you have? BG,
3.
GB, boy, boy,
4.
4. You will have 4 elements, right? So they're asking probability of E given F. So what is the probability of E intersection F, guys? 1?
1 by 4.
1 by 4.
1 by 2.
Siddharth, it is 2. You should not see the sample space. Siddharth, don't get confused. So it is probability. Oh, wait. What you told is right only. I'm sorry. Siddharth, what you told is right. Probability of E intersection F is 1 by 4. So what is the probability of F?
2.
That is 2 by
2
4.
by 4.
So what is the probability of E given F? That is 1 by 4 divided by 2 by 4. That is 1 by 2. That's right. Right. So second one, at least one is a girl. Second, again probability of E given F only. In this scenario also, E is both are girls. F is what? At least one is a girl. So what will be the sample? What will be the set?
G,
Girl,
G,
boy,
G.
boy, girl, and girl, girl. At least one. So it can be more than one also. Right. So I'll directly write what is the probability of E given F? What is the intersection? Both are girls means there's the intersection. 1 out
by
of
1 by 3.
That's it. So 1/3 is the answer. Okay. So 13th one. An instructor has a question bank containing 300 easy true or false questions, out of which 200 difficult true or false question, 500. Oh, so wait. Oh, a question bank contains 300 easy true or false question, 200 difficult, 500 easy multiple choice questions, 400 difficult multiple choice question. If a question is selected at random from the question bank, what is the probability that it will be an easy question given that it is a multiple choice question? So what is the probability of E given F, where event E is what? It is an easy question. F is what? It's an
Multiple
MC. So what is the probability of E, guys? So first tell me, what are the number of elements in sample space? 300 plus
1200.
400.
1400. So number of elements. So probability of E is number of elements in E divided by the number of elements in sample space. What are the number of easy questions?
800 by 1400.
800 by 1400. That will be 8 by 14. What are the number of MCQs? What is the probability of F that is there? It is 500 out of
500.
900.
So 900, sir.
Yeah. It should be 900. 900 out of 14, it will be 1400. So it will be 9 by 14. So what is the probability of E given F? To the probability of E intersection F divided by probability of F. So we didn't find probability of E intersection F yet. So what is the probability of E intersection F? It should be easy and it should be MCQ questions. It is 500 out of 1000. So it is 5 out of 14. So 5 by 14 divided by 9 by 14. This will get cancelled. Answer will be 5 by 9. Clear? See, if you master the first two exercises, third is easy actually. Because third is an extension of this concept, which is called Bayes' theorem. So I suggest you guys to understand this clearly. Shall I move on?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Online.
Yeah. Right. Let me know once you're done.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's do the 14th one, guys. Given that two numbers appearing on throwing two dice are different. Okay. Find the probability of an event that the sum of numbers on the dice is 4. So here, probability of E given F only. Here they've given it in passive voice. That's it. So event E is what? Sum of numbers is 4. So dice is plural, okay? So sum of the numbers on the dice is 4. F is what? They have given something. Given that the two numbers appearing on throwing the two dice are different. Numbers on both dice should be different. So what is the set E, guys? So how will I get the sum as 4? So I will start with 1. 1 and 3, 3 and 1 is possible. With the sum of numbers on the dice is 4, right? 1, 3,
2.
and 2, 2. What about F? If I start with 1, the next number should not be 1. That is what is given. Numbers on both the dice should be different. So 1 is starting, it should start with 2. So 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, so on till 1, 6. So the next will start with 2, 1. What will be missing?
2, 2.
2,
Yes,
2 is
2. So it will be 2, 6. Like this, each row. So what will be the last element? It will be 6, 5. Right? So how many elements are there in each row?
35.
5.
5.
5. How many columns are there?
6.
Sorry, how many?
25.
30
Six.
elements.
It will have 30 out. Number of elements in F is 30. So we need probability of E given F. So probability of E intersection F divided by probability of F. So what is common in both? 1, 3, 1, 3. 3, 1. 3, 1 will be here, right? So 2 are common out of the number of elements in F, which are 30, which will be 1 by 15. Did I miss something? 1, 2. Yeah, 2. It's right. 1 by 15 is right. So it is 1 by 15. Right. So moving on to the next scenario. 15th. Consider the experiment of throwing a die. If a multiple of 3 comes up, throw the die again. And if another number comes up, toss a coin. Find the conditional probability of the event. Okay, find the conditional probability of the event. The coin shows a tail given that at least one die shows a 3. So again, we need to find probability of E given F. Here, E is what?
Coin shows.
Coin shows a tail. Okay. And F is what? At least one die shows a 3. Okay. So here, no other option. We have to write the sample space. So let's read the question again. If a multiple of 3 comes up, throw the die again. And you will stop with it. Okay. It's not like you're going to do it multiple times. There are only 2 steps. 3 comes up, throw a die. If any other number comes up, toss a coin. Okay. If any other, I'll start with any other number. Let's say I get 1. So if I get 1, what am I going to do? I'm going to toss a coin. I can get a head or a tail. If I 1 comma head is possible, 1 comma tail is possible. Similarly, 2 comma head is possible, 2 comma tail is possible. Similarly, 4 comma head is possible, 4 comma tail is possible, and 5 comma head is possible, 5 comma tail is possible. Am I right? Now tell me what will happen if 3 is tossed, if 3 is rolled. So if 3 is rolled, you will again roll a die. When you roll a die, what are all the possible outcomes? 3 comma 1 is possible, 3 comma 2 is possible, 3 comma 3 is possible, 3 4 is possible, 3 5 is possible, and 3 6 is possible. Similarly, 6 1, 6 2, so on till 6 6. Guys, am I clear? So how many elements are there? 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 plus 12, 20. So number of elements in sample space is 20. So what is the probability of E given F? So coin shows a tail. So coin shows a tail. I'm using red color. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will write E. So what is the set E? It is 1 comma tail, 2 comma tail, 4 comma tail, and 5 comma tail. So at least one die shows a 3. You guys tell me what is the answer.
0.
0.
It is 0. Because if the number 3 comes, you're not going to toss a coin at all. Right? But you have to show it mathematically. So if 3 comes, 3 comma 1, at least one die shows a 3. So 3 comma 1, 3 comma 2, so on till 6 comma 6. Sorry. 3 comma 2, so on till 3 comma 6, and you will have 6 comma 3.
Sir, even 1 comma 3, 2 comma 3 also.
1 comma 3 is not possible, Noda. If 1 comes, what are you going to do? You are going to toss a coin.
Okay.
Yeah. So what is the probability of E intersection F? There is nothing common, right?
Sir, how F is 0, sir?
It's a null set. Why didn't say F is 0? I told probability of E given F is 0. Because
Okay.
probability of E intersection F is 0. There is nothing common between them, see.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So, wait, a small correction. Number of elements in E given F is going to be, sorry, A. E intersection F is null set, which implies number of elements in E intersection F is 0. So probability of E given F will also be 0. Okay, so this is a good question. Next. In each of the exercises 16 and 17, choose the correct answer. Probability of A is half, probability of B is 0, probability of A given B. 5 seconds work. So
Not
probability of A not defined. Because probability of B will come in the denominator, that is 0. So something by 0 is infinite. 17th. A and B are two events such that probability of A given B is equal to probability of B given A. Then what can you say?
E of A.
Probability of A equal to probability of B.
Yes. So because you will get probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B is probability of A intersection B divided by probability of A. So this, if it is getting cancelled, actually it's not like getting cancelled. It will be probability of A will be equal to probability of B. Okay, the correct answer will be D. I think you are done, right? So this exercise is done. Now what we will do is, one minute. We'll just open NCERT. Just a minute, guys. Yeah. So we have seen conditional probability. This is done. And we have solved all the problems which are based on it. Okay. The next exercise, we are going to see multiplication theorem on probability. So multiplication theorem on probability again comes from the conditional probability only. So probability of E given F is equal to probability of E intersection F divided by probability of F. So from this, if I rearrange and write, what is the probability of E intersection F? It is probability of E. It is probability of E given F into probability of F. This is what is called as multiplication theorem on probability. Are you guys clear? So this we have already discussed. Just by rearranging and writing the formula for probability of E intersection F in terms of conditional probability, we call it as multiplication rule of probability. Okay. So now the problems will be based on that concept. Let's directly solve an example. So the example 8 is, read this, guys. So there is a bag which contains 10 black and 5 white balls. So 10 black and 5 white balls. 2 balls are drawn from the bag, one after the other, without replacement. What is the probability that both balls drawn are black? So here, understand how to take the data. What is the probability that means bracket, both the balls drawn are black. So E intersection F, because both the balls means First ball and the second ball. And means intersection. This is what? That's what they're asking. Okay. Am I clear? Where E is drawing black ball in which draw? First draw. F is drawing black ball in which draw? In second draw. They want in both the draws black ball only to come out. Right. So probability of E intersection F according to the formula is what? Probability of E given F into probability of F. Or you can write probability of F given E into probability of E. Both will give you the same answer. Right. So what is the probability of E given F? E given F is not possible because we are going to see the other. We will take probability of F given E. That will be easy for us. Into probability of E. So what is the probability of E, guys? When you're drawing the black ball in the first draw, what is the probability of E?
10
10
by
by
15.
15.
Yes. Probability of F given E is how much? That is, in the second draw, you're drawing a black ball, knowing that the first ball which is drawn is not replaced. Now, what will happen to the new sample space? Will you still have 15 balls in the bag?
14.
No, sir,
5 by
14.
14.
You will have
9
14
by
balls. In those 14, how many black balls will be available?
9.
9.
That's it. So what will be the probability of E intersection F? Multiply both 9 by 15 into what? 9 by 14 into 10 by 15. So 3 times, 5 times, 2 times, 7 times. So 3 by 7 should be the answer. Right? I hope you guys understood. Next. 3 cards are drawn successively without replacement. Okay. From a pack of 52 well-shuffled cards, what is the probability that first 2 cards are kings and the third card drawn is an ace? Okay. Let me see. 1 minute. Okay. So why I had to see is, see, here whatever we discussed is probability of the multiplication rule of probability is applied for how many events? E intersection F. There are 2 events. E and F are 2 events. What if you have more than 2 events? That is, if E, F, and G are 3 events of a sample space, then this is going to be the formula, guys. Probability of E intersection F intersection G will be equal to probability of E into probability of F given E into probability of G given E intersection F. Okay. So write it down. So probability of E intersection F intersection G will be equal to probability of E into probability of F given E into probability of G given E intersection F. Okay. So I hope you have written it. Now see, how many events are there here? So what is the probability that first 2 cards are kings and third card drawn is ace? So they are asking probability of king intersection A. Right, what will be the formula for this? So what is the probability of A intersection B intersection C? Or you can take it as E intersection F intersection G. What is it? It is probability of
E.
Probability of F given E into probability of G
E
given,
divided by
it's not divided, it's given. Given E intersection F. Okay. So what is the, so I extend this formula. Probability of K intersection A will be probability of K into probability of K given A. Sorry, probability of K given K into probability of K given probability of, sorry, A given K intersection K. So what is the probability of K? What is the probability of getting king in the first draw? This is probability of getting king in first draw. What is the probability, guys?
4 by
52.
52.
It is 4 by 52. So what is the probability of getting a king in the second draw, knowing the first draw is also a king and it is done without replacement? So I will write the statement for it. Probability of getting king in second draw without replacement of king from first draw. Guys, what is the answer?
3 by 51.
It will be 3 out of 51. So what is the probability of getting a king? Sorry, probability of getting an ace, knowing that first is king and second is king.
4 by 50.
That's right. So what will be the final answer? Multiply all the three, we'll get the answer. Okay. So 4 by 52, 3 by 51, and 4 by 15. If you ask me, how did you get this formula? This also came out from the Venn diagram concept. Let's not worry about it, but it comes out from the concept of Venn diagram. Okay. Next.
So
I
1
have
minute.
to. Yeah, right.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So I have to explain you another concept, which is called as independent events. We have seen what are mutually exclusive events, right? Similarly, we have something called as independent events. Let's see what is the mathematical condition for it. Okay. So that's the topic, write it down. So let's read out the example. Consider the experiment of drawing a card from a deck of 52 playing cards in which the elementary events are assumed to be equally likely. Okay. If E and F denote the events, first event E denotes the card drawn is a spade and event F denotes the card drawn is an ace. Okay, respectively. Then the probability of E is what? So probability of getting a spade is 13 by 52. Similarly, probability of getting an ace is 4 out of 52. I hope this is clear. So event E and F is the event. So event, also E and F is the event. The card drawn is the ace of spades. So you have taken an A with a spade shape on it, right? So what is the probability of getting an ace with a spade on it? How many such cards will be there?
1 by 52.
1 by
52.
1 by 50. Okay. What is the probability of E given? So let's read it. E by F, that is probability of F divided by probability of F. What is the probability of E intersection F? That is A with a spade.
Sir, your voice is
Of
breaking,
EF
sir, for
is,
me.
for others, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So probability, Darshini, is it clear now?
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah. You are able to hear?
Yes, sir.
So what is the probability of F given E? Divided by probability of, so what is it going to come out as? It is also going to come out as 1 by 4. So here the important conclusion is, if you see probability of E is 1 by 4 and probability of E given F is 1 by 4. So from this we can conclude is of event F in this case, drawing an ace and drawing a spade are independent events. Right? So I'm repeating it again. So E is also 1 by 4, F is also 4, E by 4, probability of 1 by 4. So from this, what we can conclude is F and E are independent events. Similarly, if you try to calculate F given E, so probability of F given E will come out as 1 by 13. Sorry. Will come out as 1 by 13. And probability of F is also 1 by 13. So when E, if at all use this, probability of F given E is equal to probability of F. Okay, if at all this kind of a condition that comes out, then these two events, E and F, are which are said to be independent events. So let's see what are the mathematical conditions for two independent. So two events E and F independent, probability of F, probability of F. So if F given E means whatever is in the numerator, it should be the probability of the same event in the numerator is equal to probability. Similarly, probability of E given F is equal to probability of E. When this condition appears, then what does the principle of multiplication rule tell? So probability of F given E is probability of probability of E intersection F divided by probability of E. But if E and F are independent events, what is probability of F given E? Guys, are you clear? It is probability of F. So probability of F will be probability of E intersection F divided by probability of E. If this goes to the other side, from this we can conclude probability of intersection of two independent events is the probability of, is the multiplication of probability of the individual events. So probability of E intersection F is equal to probability of E into probability of F, provided both the events are independent. So for the events to be independent, what else is the other condition? The conditional probability of a particular event should be equal to its normal probability. Are you clear, guys? So from this, the definition 3 comes. If E and F are two events associated with some random experiment, and if E and F are said to be independent, if probability of E intersection F is equal to probability of E into probability of F. So going forward, wherever you see the events are independent, you can write the product of their probabilities. Am I clear? Similarly, if you take three events A, B, and C, then three events A, B, and C are said to be mutually independent if probability of A intersection B is probability of A into probability of B. Similarly, probability of A intersection C is probability of A into probability of C. Similarly, probability of B intersection C is probability of B into probability of C. And probability of A intersection B intersection C should be the product of probability of each event. If any one of the conditions fail, okay, even if at least one of the above rule is not true, then we cannot say that the given events are independent. So this is the theoretical concept, guys. Okay, so I hope you made a note of it. Okay. Now see, the question here is, there is a die that is rolled. There are two events defined. One is event E and the second is event F. So event E is about the number appearing as a multiple of 3 and F is an event such that the number appearing is even. Find whether E and F are independent events. So what is the event E? Number appearing is a multiple of 3. Am I right? So E is equal to 3, 6. What is F, guys? 2, 4. What is the probability of E intersection F?
1/6.
1/6.
It is the number of elements in E intersection F divided by the number of elements in sample space. So 6 is common in both, 1/6. So what is the probability of E? 2/6. Probability of F, 1/6. Sorry, 3/6. Correct? So for them to be independent, what is the mathematical condition? For events to be independent, probability of E intersection F should be equal to probability of E into probability of F. So what is the probability of E intersection F? That is 1/6 is equal to 2/6 into 3/6. Is it coming out? It's coming out as 1/2.
Sir, it's 1/6, sir.
1/6, sir.
Where the?
2 into 3, 6, sir. So cancel on.
Oh, sorry, 2 6 are there, right? Yeah. So it is 1/6. Okay. So this is how we prove that the two events are independent. Am I clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we'll do one last problem for today. An unbiased die is thrown twice. So sample space contains 36 elements. Let event A be odd number on the first row, event B be odd number on the second row. Find the independence of the events A and B. So A is odd number on the first row. So when I have odd number on the first row, what will I get? 1, 1, 1, 2, so on till
1,6.
1,6.
2, 1, 3, 1. It keeps on going. And the last term will be 6, 6.
Sir, 2, 1 won't come.
I wrote no.
It won't come.
Oh,
No,
2
sir.
come. Oh, it won't come. Yeah.
The odd numbers.
Odd number should be on the first row, right? Yeah. Sorry. So it is 3, 1, 5, 1. And the last term will be 5, 6. So how many such elements are possible?
18.
18.
So how many are there? Here 6, here 3. Yeah. So number of elements in A is 18. The number of elements in sample space is 36. Now, even B is what? Odd number on the second row. So 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, and 6, 1. Here, what else will you get? We have written everything. So 1, 3, 2, 3. It keeps on going till 6, 3. Then 1, 5, 2, 5, so on till 6, 5. Number of elements in B. This is also 18. So what is the probability of A? 18 by, yes. Probability of B is also 18 by 36. What is the probability of A intersection B? So probability of A intersection B means odd number on the first row and even number on the second row. So odd number on the first row and even number on the second row. How many will you have? You will have 1, 2, 1, 4, 1, 6, 3, and this side you will have 3. You will have 9 elements. So number of elements in A intersection B divided by the number of elements in the sample space. So how much is it? 9 out of 36. 1 by 4. So what is the probability of A into probability of B? 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. So are they independent or not?
So can you explain that A intersection B part, sir?
Yeah, sure. So A intersection B means what are they saying there? A is odd number on what? On the first row. B is the odd number on the second row. So odd number on the first row and even number on the second row is 1, 2, 1, 4, 1, 6. Similarly, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 6. Similarly, 5, 2, 5, 4, 5, 6. How many elements are there?
9 elements.
9. That's what I took. So 9 out of 36.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So that is common. Both should simultaneously satisfy. That is the meaning of intersection. Right? So here also we can conclude that these two events are independent. So remaining problems, I want you all to try it as homework before next class. Next class, I'll complete this and I'll explain Bayes' theorem also. We'll finish this chapter. Okay. Is there any other doubt?
No, sir.
Just wait for a minute. Don't leave.